The Plus II model, I guess I decided that the 1,200 gallon tank was going to be sort of my minimum standard and ran from that. So when I looked at this unit compared to some of the competitors, it was priced more favorably for my size of farm. So that seemed to be the fit that I could justify with the amount of acres that I'm farming, and with all the features that, you know, maybe you say some of the other competitors have that maybe some would consider a higher end model, but I don't really feel I'm giving up anything in this particular one. I have all the features that I want and lots of power.
It's just the extra horsepower, I think 275 horse, and when the fields are soft, and I usually spray 14-15 miles an hour, and that extra power. I don't have a lot of hills, but just that extra power just keeps you on top of the ground, I think, more. You know, it's not pulling down on you, and I like to run my machinery so it's not working too hard, and I can basically spray at a high idle almost, so just the power is really nice.
My neighbors have asked how I like it. It's been good. Most people are concerned without four-wheel drive that they're not interested in it, and that tends to be where our conversation goes most of the time. And so they're asking what your experience is, what the power is, and said, well, it's been good. In my experience, I've had no problems getting stuck on our wet year. The dual function, it just seems to provide that extra flotation. The other thing I've noticed with the heavier machines and the single larger tires, when they're going through their wet spots, they're tending to splash out a lot of mud on the edge. With the duals and a lighter machine possibly to boot, is I'm not carving up the fields quite as bad as some of my neighbors are. Not to say that I'm not making some ruts, I certainly am, but I don't think they're as deep and leaving as large of mounds as to what I see in some of my neighbors' fields. Really
walk around and take a look at the mechanical drive, the simplicity of them. And also, I don't know how big a company Apache is, but I know I've got a pretty good relationship with the Canadian rep. And Apache, I get phone calls. They really seem to care about their customers, and I would say an advantage over to the bigger dealers, because they do care. They do specialize in sprayers, and they got a good dealer here in Dawson Creek. So. You know, with the equipment nowadays, the modern equipment, you definitely need dealer support, because it doesn't matter what it is. If there's lots of things that can go wrong that I can't fix, so you need the dealer. So I'd say the dealer support is good, and the company support is good. So whether they're big or not, I don't know. I'm not that big myself, and they look after me good. So I would definitely recommend them to the neighbors or whatever as a good value for your dollar.